Thank you, Wildcats, for helping me make this video. Hi, my name is Colby Hatch, and in this video, we will be talking about Newton's 3 laws. Now for Newton's first law of motion. Isaac Newton's first law of motion, also known as the law of inertia, states that an object at rest will stay at rest, and an object in motion will stay in motion with the same speed and direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. The way I see it is, things that aren't moving will not move, and things that are moving won't stop unless something does something to it. Here's an example. The puck is the object, and my stick is the unbalanced force. When I hit the puck with my stick, this shows Newton's first law, because the puck is not in motion until something, me, puts it in motion. Another example is when I shoot the puck down the ice. The puck is in motion until it hits the boards. The puck is the object, and the boards is the unbalanced force. For the third and final example, I am the object, and gravity and friction are the unbalanced force. It slowly slows me down. This is known as kinetic friction. How this law affects us in everyday life is, first of all, sports would not be very fun. Also, half the time they wouldn't even work. Also, cars would not work. It'd be really hard to get around. Now for Newton's second law of motion. Newton's second law states, acceleration is produced when a force acts on a mass, and the greater the mass, the greater the force needed to accelerate the object. Also, Sir Isaac Newton created a formula stating force equals mass times acceleration. Newton's second law, in my words, is the more the mass, the more force it takes to push it or move it. In my first example, it is harder to shoot the 10-ounce orange puck than it is to shoot the 6-ounce black puck. This shows Newton's second law because the orange puck has more mass, therefore needs greater force to move it. This example, it is harder to move the bigger net than the smaller practice net. This is because the bigger net has a greater mass. Since it has a greater mass, it takes more force to push it. In this example, it's harder to pull my coach, the older and bigger person, than it is to pull my cousin, the smaller person. This is because my coach has a greater mass. Therefore, I need more force to pull them. How this law affects us in everyday life is, first of all, we wouldn't be able to walk. Also, we wouldn't be able to scooter, skateboard, and do many other extracurricular activities. This is because we wouldn't be able to push or pull in scootering and walking. And in skateboarding, you're all pushing against the ground, which would not work in this case if this law did not exist. Now it's time for Newton's third law. Newton's third law is every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Another way to think of this is, if I hit something, it somewhat bounces back to me. An example of this is when I shoot the puck at the boards. The puck bounces back. This is because of Newton's third law. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Another example of this is when I check my cousin. As you can see, I bounce back a little, and this is because of Newton's third law. The force goes into him, into the boards, and then back into me. Final example is when I receive the pass. When I receive the pass, my stick will go back a little. This is because of Newton's third law. The force goes into my stick and bounces my stick back a little. How this law affects us in everyday life is you wouldn't, first of all, be able to type, drive, walk, or even live. I know, right? Live. It's because your heart exerts force into the blood, then the blood exerts force back into your heart. And this is the pumping sensation that keeps you alive. Thank you guys for watching and have a nice day.
It's going down for real.